I recently rode 400 kilometers non-stop on my 2019 Harley-Davidson Heritage as a rider who's aged in their mid-50s, and honestly, it didn't go as I expected. Now, I thought by the end of it, my body would be wrecked. Hips, back, everything. But what actually happened not only changed how I look at this motorcycle, but also what I now know I can do on it. Now, if this is your first time here, my name's Rob and this channel is Throttle Reborn, where I document my journey returning to riding after a 30-year break. I've now been riding for almost 12 months, so let's get into it. Everyone seems to think you need the massive touring frame like a road glide or a street glide to do the big kilometers. You know, the Softail is just for cruising around town, doing pub crawls, those kind of things. Well, I've got a feeling this Heritage might just be the dark horse. I've just knocked over 400 kilometers non-stop. That's nearly 4 hours in the saddle, and I'm going to tell you exactly how a 50-year-old holds up on a Softail when you refuse to stop. Okay, to give you some context, we're traveling back from Kelly's Beach, which is about 4 hours north of where I live here in Brisbane, and the family was traveling back in a four-wheel drive and I was on my motorcycle. Now, typically you just take your time coming back, stop, have a coffee, stretch your legs, get some fuel along the way, those kind of things. But I had a different idea. I really wanted to test not only myself, but the bike riding non-stop all the way home, which was almost 4 hours. Now, the reason I wanted to do this was because there are some rides with the local Harley owners group doing an Iron Butt Challenge, which is 1,600 kilometers, and also another 10-hour ride north up to Mackay. So I really wanted to challenge not only myself, but also the bike and see how we're both going to hold up riding non-stop for 4 hours all the way home on a 29-degree hot day.
All right, good morning. It's Monday morning. We're going to leave today because we've kind of had enough of the place, to be honest. So we're going to leave a day early. We were going to leave on the Tuesday, but we're going to actually leave today. So already packed most of it up last night. We'll try and head off soon before it gets too hot. These are my spider friends. We're getting closer to the bike every day.
All right, so we're at reception. Because we're leaving Monday early, we're requesting a discount. We're not happy with the internet, that kind of thing. So just get the refund before we leave, then we'll head off. We've got the refund and now we're gonna head over, get some fuel and head on our way. Oh, it's bloody humid already. It's gonna be 29 degrees. Get going. Got lots of cloud, but it's supposed to be 29. The wind is good. I need some water though. I've got no water on board. All right, we're on the way. The weather's looking a bit how you're going, but it's very humid, but it's quite cool once I'm going. I've got some water with me. I've poured some water on my head, let me cool down. Be interesting to see how far we can go on this tank. It says we've got 342 kilometers, so we're gonna try and go as far as we can. Maybe we'll pull over somewhere. Just trying to make a straight shot for home. But I'm gonna miss the country here. It's a beautiful landscape. Don't turn. Freak, they're in my pocket. Absolutely shit myself. Yeah, I like to keep my pocket. I put them in my back pocket. It's not forecast to rain, but look at those clouds.
So this has been an interesting ride. I've never done a ride as long as this. And I really just want to get a feel for how comfortable I am and for how long on the bike. So that's the main thing. So this trip has taught me a little bit, like we've got trips with the Harley Owners Group. There's that 1,000 mile ride to Iron Butt, and they've got another one up to Mackay, but that's over 2 days. Yeah, so I wanted to get a feel for how I feel on the bike over a longer ride, because I don't want to go on these rides and then be uncomfortable, or kind of got to get yourself match fit, you know? You got to be ready. You got to know what to expect. So this is going to be a good test. It's been good so far. I've loved actually riding the bike more than actually visiting locations. I just like riding the bike and seeing the scenery. The bike has been great. It feels very comfortable, feels very planted. So once we get onto the motorway, it's going to be pretty boring, so it's probably not that much to film. So we'll maximise the opportunity of filming here, enjoying the Bundaberg area. I mean, riding around like this is fantastic. I absolutely love it. These big open roads, not too many cars around, enjoying the views. Road. This way. All country areas, farms and stuff. Look at that down there.
Okay, so about the 2 hour mark, I was still feeling pretty good. I had a little bit of pain in the center of my back, but that's more of my own personal injury. Other than that, a slight bit of shoulder pain, but overall I still felt quite good. The bike was also running great, and I was pretty impressed so far at how we were doing at the 2 hour mark.
I don't know if this is 100 or 110, I'm not sure, but we're on here for another 220 kilometers. We've got 2 hours, 18 minutes. Feeling pretty good still. We've got a bit over half a tank. Man, I am so happy with this bike. Like, I've been looking at bikes a long time. If you've watched some of my other videos, I've been looking at Harley-Davidsons a long time. So I've had a long time to really think about what I want. This bike, I think, is perfect for me. It's got a bit of everything. It's got your bags, your screen. Now I've got my little digital screen here, the Aochi. It's got everything I think I need on it. So what are we? Just on half a tank. We've got 199 kilometers. What does the bike say we've got left? It says we're 218 range, so we should be able to make it all the way home. We've got 154 k's to go. Let's see what it says on the bike. Oh, 169. So we should make it. The fuel we got. We've got 1 hour to go, 95 kilometers. It says I've got 2 bars of fuel. I've contemplated whether I get fuel or gamble. It says we've got 107. So yeah, we should, it's been saying consistently about 10 Ks left before we run out of fuel. So we should get home with 10 kilometers left.
Okay, with about an hour to go and I'd already overtaken the family in the four-wheel drive, I found the bike was still very comfortable. My left hip was creating a little bit of a problem for me, just a bit of stretching of my leg. My shoulders were a tiny bit sore. I had my cruise control on, so that made it a lot easier. My back was not really getting any worse, but overall, I still actually felt pretty good with about an hour to go.
All right, so fuel update, servo right there. We've got 77 Ks to go in the tank, and according to the GPS, we've got 67. So we're still on track to make it. So we're only 66 Ks away and 44 minutes. So we've been riding for probably just under 3 hours. To be honest, I still feel pretty good. My leg's getting a little bit sore on my thigh area, but I have been trying to stretch out a little bit.
So unfortunately, my cameras did run out of battery just a little bit before I got home. I think I had about 80 to 90 kilometers left to get home. And at that stage, I was still feeling quite good. Just a little bit of hip pain, a little bit in the shoulders, but I just did some stretches, kept moving around. I was actually feeling quite comfortable. I was very surprised at how good I did feel at this stage. Now I have to say, I was very impressed with the Heritage. The way the bike felt on the trip, I was very impressed with the way it rode, the comfort, the way it handled most of the bumps. It always felt planted, and never at any stage did I feel that the bike was difficult to ride or provide any kind of scary moments. The bike was absolutely rock solid the whole ride. Some of those country roads were a little bit bumpy, but the bike handled it like a champ. So it's definitely something you can do if you're thinking about getting back into riding, providing you don't have any major health issues, you can actually do it. Like personally, I've done very well on the bike. I was very comfortable on this particular bike. It was great. The Heritage is a very comfortable bike. It's exceeded my expectations. Now, a lot of times people are always looking at the touring bikes. The Heritage has been in the touring line. I think it was for 1 year and then it was moved back to the Softails. But I have to admit, it was a very comfortable bike overall, and I'm very happy with it. Now, what it's done is given me more confidence to be able to tackle some of these longer rides like the Iron Butt Challenge or a ride up to Mackay or some of the other interstate rallies, which may be a number of hours riding the bike. Now, while I haven't done a longer ride than 4 hours, and I know many riders do, I'm looking at this from the perspective of someone who's coming back to riding like myself and just doesn't have the experience or knowledge to know how they're going to feel on the bike. Of course, this is all helping me build up to that, and I'm just sharing my experience to you so you can decide whether it's something you also want to take up the challenge to get a motorcycle or ride your motorcycle on longer trips and enjoy not only the outdoors, but how much you can handle on your own motorcycle. I'm going to give a big shout out to Mick from Harley Diaries. Go and check him out. He's a fellow Aussie YouTuber. Got 2 really nice Harleys. Go and check out his channel, Harley Diaries. Go and look him up. Okay, that's going to wrap it up for this one. Thanks if you made it this far. I really appreciate you watching. If you can, give us a like and a subscribe. Follow along on my journey, getting back into riding on my 2019 Harley-Davidson Heritage. Ride safe, everyone, and I hope to see you out on the roads somewhere soon. Take care.